Yes, sir. What's up, everybody, man? Got my man DKM with me. We gonna talk about this Gelo ball signing, man. It's been a big topic of discussion. You know what I'm saying? And so for the real ones out there who've been rocking, well, actually, so DKM, man, you gonna give me the smoke, man? What you saying, man? I gotta prove myself. No, AB said that actually.
Yo, apparently we gotta work our way back onto the Jello Ball hype train and
Yeah,
bandwagon.
man. I want ball facts on this joint, man, because I ain't gonna lie, ball facts been rocking hard with Jello.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely was rocking with him. You know, in a sense, where just I tread lightly, but you know, I believe in Jello. I thought it would take a little more time, man. So what you think about what's going on, bro?
Bro, like it's just that, bro. Like the people like the BBB mafia, like the fans or whatever, they feel like just because we ain't as high on them as other people, they
Yeah,
make us out to be like we Jeff Goodman or something. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like bro, I never ruled out the possibility. I never once bro, people, if anyone wants to like dig up the receipts or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they'll never hear me or you saying
Right,
LiAngelo will never play in the NBA. It never
right.
happened. You know what I'm saying? So heck,
Yeah, I just don't understand. Well, I get it, you know, because it's like it's levels to like being excited about the news and shit like that. You know, so some people, you know, take certain ownership over us getting to the level where we are, you know, as supporters. But and I guess it just shows the dichotomy. Like we don't all necessarily think that it's all gravy train with everything. You know, you feel me? We all can kind of understand there's levels to this shit, man. Furr, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. So yeah, we continue off of AB stream. You know, we really got a little conversation, man. So we're, you know, I know you just got into the clan not too long ago, man. So what's your opinion about what's going on? You know, with the Jello signing and all that, bro.
Well, Jello, I've been watching him since high school, all the way
Okay.
to college, JBA, everything that got anything to do with Jello. That's my favorite ball brother as far as gameplay.
Okay.
He's always been. I'm just excited for him. I'm excited for the family. Um, I'm. It's like one of my brothers or one of my family members. You know what I'm saying? Three of my family members in the NBA right now. So you know what I'm saying. So
There you go.
so that's pretty much where I'm at, man. Kudos. Hopefully he get in there in Detroit and he do some good workouts, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna play him in the preseason, quite possibly off the bench. But hopefully when he in the game and at these practices, they see what I've been seeing all of these years. Because for you to make it to the G League, it ain't by no hookup. You got to make it to the G League. You know, for you to make it to an NBA team, I don't care if it's a 1 day pass. You got
Yeah.
to earn it, and he earned it. You know, he played hurt for many years, just like Zoe. They played hurt because they had to get up to the point, and the
Facts.
fact that he's not hurt anymore, um, Zoe's not hurt anymore. I just think they got something to prove, especially Jello out of all of them. And the reason why I really like Jello's situation the most is because he don't have that the whole team on his back situation like Lonzo doing, being starting point guard, and his little brother being a starting point guard at um in Charlotte. So he could come in and be an awesome 6 man. You know, all he gotta do is run to that corner and stand there. He gonna shoot it. And 7 times out of 10, it's gonna go in. So if he play that role, and another thing I like about him, he's a ball brother that don't have to be on the ball. He can be off the ball, and that's where he's at his best. So I like the situation, man, and I love y'all, man, for being on here, giving these the information, the good, the positive, and the negative of what y'all feel, y'all own personal opinion. So I don't see stuff as hating all the time. I just think everybody got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion on different things, and we not meant to think the same. So the people that do down it or say, "Yo, this is this and that," the ball fan, blah, blah, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But don't make your opinion facts until you see it. You know what I'm saying? Until we all see it, then it's a fact. Other than that, it's your opinion.
That's the
Agreed.
thing as well. Like, seriously, like, for anyone that wants to call, like, I get this tag that I'm like the Gelo hater. Everyone says, why are you always hating on Gelo? If anyone thinks I'm not proud, gassed, pumped up, hyped to see Gelo like signing this deal with the Pistons, like, do people think like I'm sitting here like, oh no, Gelo's just signed with the Pistons, man. I just want him to stay in the G League. I just want him to not play basketball. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get your head checked. Like, we root for these people, bro. I support this family. I root for this family. Hoop Jargon roots for this family, and that goes for everyone that comes on here. Everyone in our little community that we've built. Like, we all want the best for all three brothers. We all root for them. Just because some of us have different opinions, like, it'd be boring if we all said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everyone just was like, yeah, Gelo's great, Gelo's this, Gelo's that, would it be as interesting if we all came on here and said the same thing? No, we have different opinions. We're all independent minds. We all think differently. But collectively, what it all comes down to, what we all have in common is we all want what's best for this family, and Gelo's a part of that family, so it wouldn't be any different for him.
And I said, and y'all know we just got off AB. I said on some on there before y'all got on there. People got to take in consideration, you know, he may not be starting, but he's still a rookie this year. And numbers matter. You know what I'm saying? I could see him having some good numbers if he get about 30 minutes on that floor. I could see old boy getting some good numbers. And that could put him in a starting, yeah, for him start to be a rookie of the year. Like, nobody not taking that in consideration. No, it's like I'm not saying he gonna get it or he in the running for it, but I'm just saying, like, he is a rookie this year, and we gotta take that in consideration as well.
Imagine if he went on rookie of the year.
I love it. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm so sold on LaMelo Ball. I mean, Gelo Ball, man. I'm so sold on him. They asked me about some stacks on FYF junk, and I gave some stupid crazy number.
What'd you give him?
To me it wasn't crazy, but to them it was crazy. Like, if he get I put it like this: if he's starting and he getting about 36 minutes, I said 17, 8, 10. And the only reason I say 10 assists, is because if he in that corner, he got a big man down there in Detroit. If he in that corner, he locked up, throw it under, throw it over. That guy can make those 2 points. Because if he stand over there, that's what I said. They was like, I just said that.
Yeah, DKM, what you got?
Bro. Listen, to anyone in the chat right now, right? I just need you guys to listen. This is the kind of stuff right now, right? When I check up on people, right? I get labeled a hater, right? I'm gonna tell you the players that averaged 10 assists per game in the NBA last season. Do you know how many players averaged 10 assists?
Get him.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. That's
LeBron
it.
James is the only one right there. So if Gelo, if we don't, like, you know what I'm saying, like, Gelo, he got himself on the training camp. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're talking about this guy averaging 20 and 10.
Listen to what I'm saying. I said that when I said it on FYF. That's an outrageous number, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I believe. Not saying that I'm saying that he's going to make those numbers. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, in my dream world, because it hadn't happened yet. He had one season. In my dream world, that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see that.
Just 10 assists per game at any point in his career, I will fly you out to Scotland and applaud.
Hey, I go half on that ticket, family. LiAngelo Ball, he said, here's the thing, man. Listen, man. As y'all know, man, I play pro overseas. Dog, the NBA is a different beast, man. If LiAngelo Ball can just get 10 minutes a game, he is doing better than 99% of the world. You feel me?
Right. I understand it, yeah.
99% of the world. 10 minutes a game. Let's do that first. 10 minutes a game.
See, that's what I just said. Y'all got to break down what I just said.
Roster spot. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on the roster.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to take in consideration what I just said. In my dream world, for his first season, those are my dream numbers. So if somebody asks me that, I'm not going to half step and give them the little numbers. I'm going to go and give them some outrageous stuff. So if he make under that or anything that's decent, I had high expectations. I'm seeing it positive energy because he hadn't played the game yet.
In my dream world, I want to take down Halle Berry, man. I live in Los Angeles. I'm halfway there, but the reality is I'm probably not gonna take down Halle Berry, bro.
But you ain't tried.
Well, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? You probably can.
Bro, shoot your shot on Instagram, right? I think you're just as likely to get a respond in that DM as Gelo is to average 10 assists. You say 2010, LeBron numbers, bro. Like, listen, if we were talking about like the G League, I remember when he got that G League practice squad thing. Everyone was like, "Yeah, you're gonna kill the G League." I understand the Rona circumstances, whatever, but he never even ended up playing a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, with this guy ain't lucky. You know what I'm saying? Gelo's an unlucky cat, like proven time and time again. Luck doesn't go in his favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
That's why I like DKM, man. DKM is a realist just like me, man. DKM is a realist, man. We're about 20 years apart in age, but DKM is my guy, man. He sees things pragmatically like me. And I'm just like, yo, listen, man. You got to crawl before you walk, dog. You're not going to. Now, the NBA is the best league in the world. And I think y'all don't understand, man. Like, the best players of the best ilk are in the NBA. You feel me? So it's awesome. He has the opportunity, but like you gotta make your way. Like DKM laid out. How many dudes I get it. It's your dream scenario.
I ain't saying it was gonna happen.
The NBA putting that up, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, I gotta take consideration what I said. This is my dream. That's my dream stats for bruh. So I'm not for to put out the little boy stuff. I'm gonna put out the best of the best. Especially the people I believe in. And people gonna say, who jogging? Hey, yo, he gonna get to the NBA. I'm like, darn right, my dog gonna get to the NBA. You hear me? Like he may be in his late 30s or something like that. But hey, I believe my boy can go in there and get 20, 10, and 10. Like I'm that dude, man. I'm that dude about everything. If I believe in somebody, man, that's what I'm at. Like I said, I know those are not probably realistic numbers, but I'm just saying my dream stats. Those are my dream stats. So I'm not gonna slay up nobody short. You know what I'm saying? On anything. So y'all gotta take that with it. You know what I'm saying? People gotta take that with a grain of, you know what I'm saying, grain of salt, because it's like I ain't saying this what he gonna do.
I got follow up.
Let me say this. Man, my boy Ball Facts in the building, man. I gotta give Facts. I misspelled building. But I gotta give Ball Facts, man, this time last year, I didn't know who this dude was.
Right.
I listened to DKM before Ball Facts, and Ball Facts came in like a hurricane, man. So Ball Facts, what's up, G?
What's the deal, my guys? What's going down, man? I'm doing good.
Yes,
I'm listening to what y'all saying, man. I appreciate that hoop jargon. I appreciate that, man.
For real,
I'm telling y'all, G3, he's gonna shoot 40% from 3-point. So I'm telling you this: if he can get 10 shots, we got 21. We got 21 points.
Okay.
We got 21 points. Like
point guard as well, averaging 10 assists per game. Like, are we talking like? Are we talking like?
I'm talking about.
No, hold up, that's a follow-up question for my guy right here, right? Listen, are we talking like your dream stats like 20, 10, and 10 in like one game? Or are you talking like averages for the whole season in like your dream scenario?
For me?
Yeah,
bro.
If he can make that 5 games out of a season, I'm still cool with that. If he can make something close to that 5 games out of a whole season, that's a dream for me.
Okay.
For our vision, bro, that's not gonna happen because Gelo is a scorer. That's what I'm saying. Like he can average 4 to 5 assists.
Definitely.
And like
cool
that's just
that.
what it is.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Y'all gotta understand what I'm saying. That's why I said specifically those are my dream numbers. Like I honestly believe he could get 3 assists a game. Like that's hands down.
Okay, what's your dream number for LaMelo? 142 and 17.
Actually, my dream for Melo is I said it on AB. I can't remember what I said. I know it was something like 24. No, it was like 24, 10, and 10 or something like that.
Okay.
So you think LiAngelo can average close to the same assists as LaMelo? You think LiAngelo's like in that same category?
I didn't say I think he can average that. I said those are my dream numbers for him. I think that he can average about 3 or 4 assists a game. I honestly think that.
I hear you.
Like,
question. Go ahead, DKM.
I feel like if we're talking dream numbers and hypothetical, unrealistic, we might as well just go all out. Wilt Chamberlain points, you know what I'm saying? Magic Johnson assists on his best ever game. You know what I mean? Williams debut where he had a damn near quadruple double. You know.
Hey, I'm overset. Listen, I'm overset any of my boys. I'm sorry. Like my son, that man ain't picked up the best ball in a year. But I'm putting him against anybody. We gonna lose it, but we gonna lose it. Look, hey, Pop's gonna be on. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I love LeVar Ball, because it's like there's something that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that I have bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna up everybody around me. And to this point, everybody that I've done like that up, they've surpassed what I had. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm speaking to existence. I'm just saying I'm gonna put that positive energy your way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's gonna average 10 assists a game. I'm saying in my dream world, hey, I would love him to do that at least probably five times in a season or something like that. Even if it's a preseason, I don't care. I just want to see the numbers.
Well, bro, we at least know if Gelo can get 34 minutes in a game, you're gonna have some 30-point games if they pass to him, and that's just is what it is based off his shooting. Like, so I think like Gelo on his best day, you know, you're looking at somebody who is, when Gelo's at his best, he's scoring, not when he's passing. Now, 10 assists might be his best passing game in his life in the NBA, and if he had one, I don't think he'll have another. But you know what I'm saying? When we sit, and as you can look, Lonzo, this man can have 9 assists. If he got 5 points, nobody cares. So ain't nobody gonna look at Gelo's stat sheet and say he don't have an assist. They just want to see him score, and that's what he can do. He's gonna please the crowd. Yeah,
I believe it, because even when I said that, I said about if he get about 30 minutes a game, I think he can make 17 points. That's just me. I think he can make it.
So how many minutes did the 17 points constitute in your opinion, brother?
I said about 30 minutes. If he get 30 minutes more, I believe he can get 17 points.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me be the bearer of ungood news. He's not getting 30 some odd minutes.
I know that because he probably coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's a fact.
He coming off the bench.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if he do good in the preseason, man, and he shows some numbers, like, he probably not gonna stay with that team. He probably gonna get traded if he do good. So if he get traded,
if he do good, they gonna keep him. They need everything. They need everything.
They do need some shooters though.
Kennard, they need shooters.
Yeah, they do need shooters.
They got to give him a shot in the preseason games. Like, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
you want viewership. And you want to see what he can do. You heard all the talk. If Gelo gets out there, like I said, if he can shoot 10 3-pointers and make 4, that's all he need to do. Like, we good. We good.
I don't want to set us, because like the reason I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic is because, I mean, what we're going to do in a week's time if he gets waived?
Exactly.
Or he signs a 2-way contract, and we're talking about like
everybody gonna talk that shit. Like,
we're talking about 17 points, you know what I'm saying? We're throwing all that out there. What if he gets 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just try it because no matter how much you specify your points, as proven with people thinking I'm a LiAngelo hater, no matter how specific and how clear you try to make it, like what you're trying to say, people are just going to hear that point. People are just going to clip that and have it in your head that you said he's going to average 20, 10, and 10. You know what I'm saying? That's the only part they're going to focus on. No matter, and that's what I'm still stuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're stuck on right now, is because that's the only part that people are going to remember. You know what I'm saying? So what I tried to do is, when you do say something, no matter how much you believe it could happen or how much you want it to happen, like, you got to, if you're going to say something, you got to put out what you actually genuinely believe will happen. Otherwise, people are going to hold you accountable and make fun of you if said thing doesn't come to fruition.
But I said up front before I answered it, I said, it's my dream numbers. You know what I'm saying? Those are my dream numbers. And it still is. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that he's going to average that at all. I'm saying, like, in my dream numbers, like, we had a whole conversation about that. I'm like, in my dream numbers, man, I'm going to shoot for the stars. You hear me? But in the actual game, if he can get 10 minutes, man, and he get 10, 15 minutes in the game, and he can shoot 12 points a game, like, to me, it's awesome. It's being a rookie in the NBA. So,
bro. Okay,
cool with
I think that's best case scenario. I think that's best case scenario for his first season.
That's best, dog, for undrafted rookie.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That is like elite for undrafted rookie, bro. Realistically, for undrafted rookie, you lucky you average 2 or 3 points a game, bro, and that's just real talk.
I've seen it too many times, so I get it.
You seen what too many times, brother?
I see what you said.
Scenario is Chris Dunn or Lou Dort.
That's reality, dog.
Those are anomalies. Do you know what I'm saying? Lou Dort, you know what I'm saying? He was undrafted, and then he put up 30 points game 7 against the Houston Rockets. Like that, like it is possible. Don't get me wrong. It is possible that he comes in and he's much better than everyone thought, and he becomes one of the scoring guys on that Pistons team. But again, you know what I'm saying? Let's save that talk until he's actually officially on the roster, because he could get signed to a 2-way contract. You never know. He could end up on a 2-way.
Yeah, I'm already prepared to make videos bashing the coaches for not playing him. You see, because I don't feel bad. Nobody can come to me and they'll be like, "What happened to Gelo?" And I'll just make a video about the minutes he got and what you can do in those minutes, and then go get other players who were given small amount of minutes that produce small numbers, and just say, okay, and now look, when this person got more numbers, what they did. I mean, more minutes. So, like, I'm already prepared to do that. The best case scenario is that LiAngelo gets out there and gets 15 minutes. And I'm just thinking, like, Detroit, you have nothing to lose. Hopefully you're not an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in the stand, so you're missing 40% of your money on that. Nobody want to watch you on TV. You might as well give a kid a shot. You don't have nobody there. I'm hoping that a miracle happens. But guys, I just believe, just like no one, if somebody asked us 2 weeks ago, would LiAngelo be signed to Detroit right now? Nobody would have been like, oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm prepared for the worst because that's most likely. But then again, this is the Ball family, and every week something new can be popping off, and we could get surprised. So I'm prepared for either way.
Well, that's the thing. Family, bro.
Go ahead, DKM.
No, it was just a little thing. It wasn't like a point or anything. I was just seconding what he said. But with this family, bro, it never stops. Never stops. Something just comes out of nowhere every 2 weeks.
No, real talk. And guys, and I just want to be, like I said, I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to be a detractor. I feel like I got to build back my Ball family equity. And the dichotomy is, I swear to God, man, my hoop jargon people, shout out to everybody who up late, follow me. They call me a ball hugger is what they say. Because, what I'm saying, they think I back everything Ball family related, and it's not true. But in their scope, it's true. But my point of all this is to, like, give a realistic scope, and, like, to Ball Facts' point. If you asked me this 2 weeks ago, a year ago, would LiAngelo Ball be playing for the Detroit Pistons? I'd be like, shit, like on 2K? Like, what you talking about? Like, let's be real. Because it's tough, man. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, if you never hoop like that, it's hard to be on this level. It's very, 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 very hard. I played against so many NBA players in my life, and I saw that I wasn't NBA level. I was pro level. I wasn't NBA level. So with that being said, anything he does at this point, you got to gauge it with realistic, expectation. Like Ball Facts was saying, bro, you need to have them facts ready, because everybody going to be on his ass. And not only that, you need to be on LaMelo's facts, because, he may not be exactly what people, think he's going to be as far as a ceiling standpoint, but he's going to be solid. Because people, because, I mean, let's face it. I mean, we all are fans of LeVar and his approach. But when you set the expectation, how he does it, he deals in hyperbole. He deals in overstating things to get attention. So naturally, when it doesn't meet expectation, quote unquote, you're gonna have people try to, undercut the product. So you definitely gotta be ready, and shout out, I know DKM, you in your bag, Ball Facts, you in your bag and shit. Me and Farrell, we new to this game. But, you got to be ready, because people are going to try to undermine the product with that. But you got to understand with Gelo, man, it's going to be rough sledding, man. It's going to be rough sledding. So don't get too crazy with the predictions, because the reality is he's put in the door. but he got to get himself to that apex, and it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be real hard to crack that rotation, man.
Yeah, I totally get it, man. I had some family members that went overseas. Like I came out of basketball family. The only reason I didn't go too far because of my height. I got all the trophies back there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got the trophies. You know what I'm saying? I played the game for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I still play the game. But I totally understand where y'all coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like me personally. I won't listen. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And those are my fairy tale numbers. Like they're just simple as that, man. If people make anything even closer or even get close to 15 or 20 minutes, like that's even more of a blessing to me. I'm just glad to see it happening. I'm just glad to see him getting a shot. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he got a shot, because I'm always like that's my favorite ball brother as far as the game of basketball. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm geeked about this, man. I'm excited, man. And I ain't gonna say I'm in my feelings about nothing like that, but I'm just excited for him, man. And whatever he get, if he can stay on the team, I think that's good enough. If he can get on the team and stay on it,
yeah.
I'm with it.
Amen to that. Hell yeah.
All he got to do is wait until they make it happen where they all three get on one team. Even though people think it's not going to happen, if it doesn't happen, it's still legendary what they did. But nobody will trust Gelo right off the bat to be that guy except his brothers. And he's the player that is you're not going to have to pay a lot to get, and he can kind of float around. Where if LaMelo does well or Alonzo's doing well, you know, they can say, I want him. You know, because he's expendable, quote unquote, because they don't know what he can do. So if this is why LeVar knows this. LeVar been trying so hard to get G3 with his brothers because he knows when you go to a random team, you're going to be sitting on the bench. You know, you're not going to get minutes. But he's like, the only way we can uncover this hidden gem is to put him with his brothers. If you do that, then they're going to they're going to vouch for him with the coaches. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little show that they're displeased with him being on the bench, bring him in and see what he can do. They know what he can do when he's with them. So we still have, it's like hope up and down the season. It's going to be great for content. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried in the slightest bit if Gelo don't get points. I'm like, that's easy to make a video on that.
Man. Yep. All right, DKM, what you got, man?
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
He went to the restroom.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that. I mean, it's just one thing I am, man. I know a lot of friends, man. One of my cats I know, man, my college teammate Chris Gaines, man. Shout out to Chris. His older brother Charles Gaines, you know, from Houston, like me. He was like the last cut for the Indiana Pacers for like 3 years in the San Antonio Spurs. So that's why, like, the fact that they give him that contract off the rip, that's big, man, because they do not play with that shit. Mm-hmm. And just to give it a context, Charles, and like, he played in Spain with Rudy Fernandez and for DKV Juventus is the name of the team. He played in Efes in Turkey. Like, he played in China. Like, he got a viral video of slapping the shit out of some China dude. Like, so he's a millionaire off of playing basketball. And he was the last cut off the Pacers and the Spurs for multiple years, right? He about 6'7", undersized postman. And, like, Tim Duncan will always co-sign for him, right? So I seen that grind where you like that last guy to get on the team, you know what I mean? And to kind of prove yourself. And we've seen guys like Steven Jackson do it. We've seen guys like Bruce Bowen do it. It's been done. Daniel House, what have you. So I've seen guys, you know, I know how that hustle is. And the fact that LiAngelo is in that discussion, now that's not nothing small, man. And I don't want to diminish, you know, at no point diminish what he's done, because I ain't think about it. The guy who played, 6 games? Well, no, like a handful of games for UCLA. He played in Lithuania, who in most people's opinion is not a real program, the JBA. And then he didn't really play a game for the OKC Blue. So that means when he worked out, either A, they were impressed, or B, LaMelo and Zoe was that much of a mark. They're like, all right, we're gonna bring this guy in just for his last name. So we gotta just determine which one of those three things it is. And
they were impressed. I'm telling you, they were impressed. They would not risk getting a Ball brother if he was not good because of LeVar. And from the news that I heard before this happened, but I was like, I'm not sure I'm reporting it. They were impressed. And let me tell you, a lot of JBI guys that I talked to told me they were shocked when on the court with LiAngelo to see how athletic he was, how strong he was. Yeah. Like you couldn't just move him. Like the dude is strong and he is not just out there looking like he's lifting weights and being buff and all that. No, his core is strong. He knows how to move you, how to bump. You can't easily bump him. Like when he get out there, he coming to kill. Like his face don't look all mean and nothing like that, but the dude will beat you up on the court.
Yeah, because the thing is, man, everything I've heard about people that's been on the court with him and played against him, even Steph Curry, they did the when LiAngelo first entered into the NBA draft. He was like, yeah, he gonna get picked up for sure. Like he was for sure that it was going to happen. But I think it was some behind the scenes stuff going on with that as well. But just talking like last month and a half, last month I was talking to Sports Insight, and I think some other stuff was up on that outside of basketball that hindered him from getting in the NBA at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think that he can play in the NBA. I ain't saying he's gonna be the best player in the NBA, but I think that he's good enough to be an NBA player. And in the NBA, you gotta think about the last dude on the bench. He cold. The last dude on the bench that never get played. This man is cold on the playground. He cold in the gym. Like this is a basketball player. He might not get the time on the floor. He might not make all the shots, but he's still a professional basketball player. And I think LiAngelo, I believe that he's a professional basketball player.
Facts. I mean, I said that when he played for Lithuania, and people's like, "Oh, well, he ain't no pro." I was like, "Listen, man, the job that LiAngelo Ball took at 19 years old is the same job his UCLA teammates who didn't get minutes like that would take at 23 years old." Yeah. Why do I know that? Because I played professional basketball overseas. Like, so people always like to diminish what they don't know, and most people in America don't really know how the overseas game is. So they try to. So the easy route is just like diminish it, like, oh, it's nothing. Oh man, that shit trash. Ask the average American to name 4 overseas players. They couldn't name them. 4. Like, damn a league overseas, period. Name 4. Most people couldn't, right? So it shows the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And you got guys like Jeff Goodman going out there. I mean, we all know what a snake look like. We know how a snake move. Jeff Goodman is a snake. It is what it is. And shout out to DKM for interviewing, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with interviewing a snake just to know their mentality. You know what I mean? So when Jeff Goodman is, you know what the Lithuanian league is about, you need to do some due diligence on your own, because clearly he has an angle. Clearly he's all about, if you can get him exclusive content, he'll speak lowly of you. If you can't, what he gonna do? He gonna turn on you like this character said. So I think people just, I mean, I want to impart this upon like my American viewers, which is probably all of y'all. Like, you got to know what these leagues are about, man. And I say this about like Porzingis. What's my man's name? Play the same. Everybody loves him. Luka Doncic. I said that off the rip. If you play for the ACB league in Spain, and Serge Ibaka played for them, Ricky Rubio played for them, Jorge Garbajosa played for them. When you play in that ACB league and you kill, you're gonna do well in the NBA. Like no question. So, and I learned like when you kind of can compare the talent, skill level, and all that. So when they were like teenagers doing well in the LKL, now AKL is trash comparatively speaking. But at that age level, I knew they'd be fine. And I said that, man, my first, if you look at me, man, on my hoop jogging stream, I chronicled that first game they played in the LKL. I was like, they're going to be fine. And everybody's laughing at me. Oh, they're going to be trash. Look at them now. NBA players now. So you always got to be realistic about the evaluation prospect is the big point I'm making. So Yeah.
So I saw someone say in the chat, "Is Gelo going to make an All NBA rookie team?" Like, bro, this is what I'm saying about. Let's pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got, for him, his focus. He shouldn't even be thinking that far ahead. There's 15 spots on a roster. Currently, the Pistons have 18 to 20 players. Gelo has to beat out those other 5 guys to that 15th man spot on the roster. And then he's got to work his way up. Once he gets on the roster, okay, you're on the roster. Now you got to work your way among the bench warmers. So if every 5 games, one of the bench warmers comes in for 1 minute, he's got to be first on that list, right? And then when he gets in the game for 1 minute, if he gets maybe one corner free, he's got to knock that down. And then maybe he'll get the benefit of the doubt over the other guys. Maybe he'll get some more minutes in like a two-way type thing in the G League. And if he kills there, maybe then he'll get like more of an opportunity. Like, but coming from the gutter, like on like the last guy, the bench, that's a hustle in itself to even get the opportunity ahead of the other guys, because there's 5 or 6 guys sitting there on the end of the bench who will be lucky to see 30 seconds every 10 games. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. Look at Steph Curry. That's exactly what happened, DKM.
Exactly.
You're
like
right.
Steph Curry had to go bananas in the summer league with the Pelicans that 1 year just to get a look. And then towards the end of the season, when the Kings had thrown in the towel, they knew we weren't going to get any time in the playoffs. They gave him his one opportunity. They gave him a full game, and he went crazy. And from there, he made an NBA career of that. He probably was capable of doing that same performance 2-3 years prior, but it took that long for him to get the opportunity. It's all about the opportunity. And when you get that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Bennett, you know what I'm saying? He was the number 1 pick a few years ago. These training camps, he gets signed to the training camp deals like every single year. It's like, oh, the Houston Rockets signed Anthony Bennett. Oh, the Phoenix Suns signed Anthony Bennett. He never sustains a place on the roster. He goes to the G League. He's killing it. He can't jump in like this. NBA, what a lot of people don't understand is it's a different kettle of fish. Like for me, right, a lot of people would consider my YouTube channel successful, right? I've got like however many subscribers, right? And there's probably there's more hoopers out there in the world than there is YouTube channels. I'm not in one. I think I'm like lucky if I've got one of the top 100,000 YouTube channels in the world, right? So I'm a successful YouTuber for having one of the top 100,000 channels in the world, right? I'm nowhere close to the top 400. To make the NBA, you got to be one of the top 400 hoopers in the world. So you could be like the 50,000 best hooper in the world. You're like a pro somewhere in some other league. That doesn't mean you're a bad hooper. You're one of the top 50,000 players in the world when there's probably tens of millions of people that play basketball. To make the NBA and sustain a place in the NBA, you've got to consistently be one of the top 400. People need to realize like how hard this actually is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just felt like that was a somewhat way to put it into context. Like top 400, you could be one of the top 1,000 people. If I was one of the top 1,000 YouTube channels, I'd probably have like 10 million subscribers. And I wouldn't be in like the NBA of YouTubers because I'm not in the top 400. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's real tough.
That's facts, man.
I love the context you drew with that, DK. And then DK is only 20 years old. And he understands that. That's why I try to tell Cash, man. Cash is so whimsical with these comparisons. I'm like, dog, you have no clue with the top of the top. Man, the best player I played against was LaMarcus Aldridge. We lost by 70 points. We lost to play at the University of Texas. It was almost to the day, 2005. So how many years is that? Like 15 years ago? LaMarcus Aldridge is one of the best motherfuckers I play against because he's 6'11". He runs the floor like a gazelle, and there's nothing you can do with him. And I was very athletic, 6'7", dumb athletic. I can't do shit with a LaMarcus Aldridge. And you know who else was on that team? PJ Tucker, who's still a pro. And me and PJ Tucker were more closely to athletic equals. And Boobie Gibson. So they had 3 pros on that team. And we lost by 72, right? And you can tell this is all Division I basketball. Shout out to my school, Prairie View A&M University. But you can tell the difference between SWAC and Big 12. Between me and LaMarcus Aldridge, like it's a stark contrast. And I think a lot of people just throw a lot of shit out there. They don't understand, like, man, that is the best of the best of the best of the best, man.
Did you say y'all lost? Did you say y'all lost by 72?
Hell yeah, we lost by 71.
What was their score?
They had 3 NBA players.
What was that score?
Shit, it was like 103 to like 38 or some shit like that. Hey,
but to your point, Hoop Jargon, that's how teams were losing to Chino Hills, and they had them NBA players on that team. They played players like Bam Adebayo in high school and stuff like that, and just blowing them out. RJ Barrett, stuff like that. They blowing teams out. So it's like levels to it. And this is what I do believe. So, okay, LiAngelo may not be the top, whatever. I don't know. But we talking about all three Ball brothers on one team. This may sound crazy to some, but I'm talking about the top chemistry that you can have on the court, knowing where the players are, running and gunning. You ain't going to find too much more better than the Ball brothers. And I even say they're going to have better chemistry than Clay and Curry. They're going to know where each other's at. They're going to flow flawlessly. If you take them three and you put them on a team, it's going to work in the NBA. People don't want to hear that, but I keep saying that because I believe it. I don't just say that because LeVar said it. Like, no, I truly believe everything that G3 can do well, he can do it. He can do it to the best of his abilities with his brothers on their team, because they've been constructed in such a way as far as being built up around each other that they fill in each other's deficiencies. So that's why people argue and say, could Chino Hills beat St. Mary's with LeBron? That's huge to say. LeBron was a beast. It was killing. Nobody could stop him. And they compare that to the three Ball brothers on Chino Hills. It's that same comparison, because no matter what age, when you see a talent like that great, people knew what LeBron was going to do as soon as you take him to the league. And I believe that's that same thing. When LeBron first came to Cleveland, he was killing. You put the three Ball brothers together in the NBA, they're going to kill.
Yeah. I mean, to me, they was trained to play with each other. You know, that's how LeVar trained them. But you can, in all of their weakness, you can see it in the other brother. All the weaknesses they got, you can see the other brother got that, and the other brother got that. So when I hear LeVar saying all the Ball brothers on the same team, I'm thinking, man, if LiAngelo can stay in the NBA, I could see that being really possible. I believe somebody take that. I mean, somebody like Detroit, somebody like freaking Charlotte, man, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Bro, what I worry about though, and one thing about that is, realistically, right? Let's say Gelo holds his own, he sustains himself, and by the end of the year, he's an NBA player. Do you know what I mean? Like someone who is just an NBA player who bounces around rosters, whatever. He's an established NBA player, right? He'd be a free agent next year. Lonzo would be a free agent next year. Theoretically, they could all just agree to go to Charlotte. But my thing is, the one thing that holds me back from saying that, let's say the Pelicans are like a top 5 seed next year. They make the first round. Zion's like an MVP, you know what I mean? Which isn't too far-fetched. Zion's a joke. Zion's ridiculous if he stays healthy. Brandon Ingram's an all-star level player, and Lonzo breaks out. If they three break out, you know what I'm saying, like, and play at an all-star level, the Pelicans could be one of the better teams in the West. Would Lonzo leave that? If he's got this elite chemistry with Zion, would he be able to pack his bags and leave to go join Charlotte with LaMelo, who's had, you know what I'm saying, a solid rookie year, and LiAngelo, who's like coming off the bench, giving you a little bit of production here and there? With Lonzo, who seems to be very independent these days, would he leave the Pelicans, where things are finally going well for his NBA career, to go play with his brothers? I don't know if he would.
I think he would, bro. Let me tell you, Zion is number one. So LaMelo can never play with Zion because they want that jersey number. When your mom, your brothers, and your dad come to you and say, this is our only chance. What we worked for our entire life, this is our chance. Now or never. I think he's going to choose family. If you've seen the way when he was watching the draft, he was like, bring LaMelo here. Please let me get LaMelo. I guarantee you he want to play with LaMelo more than Zion, even though it would be smart career-wise to actually stay with the Pelicans, because him and Zion, that's like ridiculous, crazy. But with LaMelo and LiAngelo, that could be something history, groundbreaking, phenomenal. You know, I mean, I think Zoe's going to choose his family, but I do get what you're saying. It's like, really, why would you leave that?
What I'm saying is, it isn't a foregone conclusion that he would. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a hard decision, because like Pelicans have something nice going on there. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit like, well, and the thing is as well though, like with the NBA these days, things move so fast. So even if they were on the same team for like, let's say a year, if a deal comes along and the Hornets can get like a superstar or something, and they have to give up LiAngelo to like throw in like LiAngelo, let's say Terry Rozier, and a second round pick to get hypothetically Russell Westbrook, not Westbrook, but you know what I mean? It's like an all-star caliber player, which would make their team better. The team's going to pull the trigger. So then Lonzo would be looking at a situation like, okay, I left what I had going on with Zion to play with my brothers, and Gelo's been traded for within 6 to 12 months of me being there. And I left what could potentially be a dynasty with the Pelicans if Zion becomes the player we believe he could be. So that there's that factor as well, because you're not going to get all three brothers with a no-trade clause. I mean, like... So
yeah, it depends on if Zion can keep his weight down. It depends on if the West is too hard and Lonzo's like, I need to get out of the West. But it could potentially be a very hard decision. I understand that. I agree with you.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, this I believe this all of our dreams to actually see all three of them on the same team. But I get it from both angles, DKM and Ballfix. I mean, y'all got a good we ain't gonna say argument. Y'all got a good situation right there, because if he got it good and him and Zion them, they make it to the playoffs, they make it deep in the playoff, and they really got a good team. I don't see why he wouldn't leave, other than him and his mom and his dad having their conversation. That Ballfix was saying, you know, just a once in a lifetime situation right here, man. It'd be taken to be on the same team as your brothers. But if they never make the same team to me, like the fact if they in the NBA and all of them are playing good and they getting their money and they keeping it all in the family, man, I'm happy with that 100%.
Yeah, I'm happy with them all being in the league. I just think like that situation with Lonzo specifically, it's been rough for him in the NBA. He's fine. He's moved to, you know what I'm saying, he had this dream of being a Laker. That didn't work out for him. He got moved to New Orleans. He's made the best of the situation. You know what I'm saying? If things were to finally go well and he was playing the best basketball of his career, finally, he's linking with Zion, the alley-oop crazy. People are going mad. He wins most improved player, and it seems like it's an upward trajectory. That would be the hardest decision. Like that would surely come. You've got something that feel like you've been destined to do your entire life with that on the table. Go play with your brothers, but then in a basketball sense, you're playing with a player in Zion who, equally as much as the Ball brothers, it was as if he was made to play with Lonzo. The way he runs like a wide receiver once you get the rebound, like the coach Van Gundy is saying that he wants. It's kind of like what they did in Oklahoma with like Steven Adams boxing out for Russell Westbrook to get the rebounds. That seems like what they're going to try and do with New Orleans. So Lonzo's the one pushing the ball at the floor. If Lonzo finally, you know what I mean, has an NBA breakout season, bro, that decision, bro, that's going to be damn near impossible to decide. I think what will come down to is money.
Yeah, but what if Lonzo has a bad season? If Lonzo has a bad season again, I'm telling you, he's going to go play with his brothers. If his free throw ain't falling.
He didn't have a bad season, though, this year. He didn't have a bad season this year, bro.
No, he didn't. Bubble. But, you know, the bubble is a whole nother season. You know, the quarantine, that's a whole nother season. Not really, but in people's minds.
Yeah, in people's minds. Yeah, you're right.
But then if he didn't have a good season, would Charlotte then, because Lonzo's wanting to get paid as well, first and foremost. Like, don't like, he wants to get his bag, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about getting a max. If he has a bad season, are the Hornets, who already have a nice guard in Devontae Graham along with LaMelo, you know what I'm saying? They have Terry Rozier, who's also a good player. Are they going to outpay other teams to get Lonzo? And then you also have to take LiAngelo as well. There's a lot of what ifs and a lot of things that have to fall into favor for this to happen. If he doesn't have a good season, do Charlotte want him?
It depends on how good LaMelo does. Well, if LaMelo is your star and he's breakout crazy, you want to please him.
But what if Devontae Graham continues his play and he's playing at like an all-star level, like he showed at some points in the season? Do you then like, okay, we're going to break this up with LaMelo and Devontae Graham for LeVar's pipe dream? What I'm saying is I'm not ruling it out completely. I mean, theoretically, it is possible with them both being free agents and in the league. I just think a lot of things have to fall into play for it to happen as soon as next season.
That's facts.
Potentially further down the line, do you know what I mean? Maybe like a couple of years when LaMelo's a free agent, let's say, and maybe LaMelo wants to go play with Lonzo in New Orleans or wherever it may be. But like leaving potentially a good thing in New Orleans to come to when they're all rookies. Do you know what I mean? When LaMelo's a rookie, like maybe when LaMelo's a star or whatever, it might be more realistic. Ideally, I'd like to see it some further years down the line. I'd like to see all three brothers get their own in their own little markets and then work from there.
Yeah. That makes sense because if anything we've seen, LeVar backs what his kids decide to do. So obviously they're not all rocking with Big Baller Brand. So that shows you there's difference of opinions about where you want to be, what is the best option. Excuse me, for you. Now, if they were all Big Baller Brand, they were all in solidarity, I would give credence to the fact that they all would join because Charlotte has the best the best blank slate to what to do. But they've shown that they have individual interests, which is nothing wrong with that. They are growing young men learning the game. God damn it. All right, let's try this. So they learn the game. So I don't think based on what they've shown that they're going to do that. And I'm all good for their bags. Now, I'll tell you who's not getting a bag. Leo is not in a position to get a bag now. He got to prove himself. So LiAngelo can latch on to whatever because, you know what I'm saying, he has a lot of latitude to work with. But the big pillars are LiAngelo, Gelo, God damn it, Melo, and Lonzo, right? So, I think Lonzo's going to go to before he goes over to the Hornets because he's not shown to be just on lockstep with just ball-centric thinking, if that makes sense, y'all. So with that being said, there's no problem. That's his prerogative. Like he's earned the fact to want to get his own individual thing on. So I don't see it happening until it's their second contract year, which to everybody's credit, most rookies don't really get independent until their second contract. I mean, their third contract. So when they usually re-up, and then if they re-up, they see that, okay, I ain't with no championship this way. That's when they start to control their destiny. So I don't see it happening until that point.
Ideally, though, if you were to have all three brothers on the same team, wouldn't you rather they did when they were all in their primes, when LaMelo's 3-4 years into the league has established himself as what we believe he could be, Gelo's proven himself to a point. You don't want them to all end up in the same situation where they're all fighting for themselves. You know what I mean? They're all trying to get theirs individually. You don't want them to be there where maybe Lonzo's coming off the bench for Charlotte, LiAngelo's the last man on the bench, 2-way contract, and LaMelo's in his rookie season or sophomore season. Do you know what I mean? You'd want it to be when they're all in their primes because you don't want this experiment to happen half-heartedly. If you weren't going to have all three brothers on the same team, you'd want it to be all in. Okay, let's see what they can really do, what they're really about when Lonzo's in his prime, LaMelo's in his prime, and Gelo's in his prime. Do you really want to do that when LaMelo's 20, Gelo's still trying to make a name for himself in the league, and Lonzo's, you know what I'm saying, still trying to hold his own?
I say yeah, because they're used to playing up. They've been playing up their whole life with older people. So when they get on the court together, I just think something happens that people fail to remember, and they think, oh, that was just high school. That let's not talk about that. I believe what they've done, what LeVar has done from AAU to middle school to high school to be playing all bigger competition. The fact that they have each other, they've always played up. And they would begin to do so. Now, there is a chance, is it too early? But then you could go to what is too late. If they don't do it now, will they ever be able to do it again? Is Gelo going to get out of the league? Or is Gelo going to be scooped up by some other team? They're like, we want him. And Lonzo just signs a max contract with the Pelicans because he just does so well. So it's it's either it might be early or it's going to have to be late. By the time they're in their primes, they may not be able to do it because they're already locked down.
Well, if they're smart, what they would do is they would shape it up so Lonzo would re-sign with the Pelicans with an option to opt out when LaMelo is a free agent. And if LiAngelo is out of the league by that point, that's on him. He's got to be able to hold his own on his own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can succeed in certain situations if the dominoes all line up in their way. I could have 1 million subscribers, let's say, if I had 5 people editing my videos and everything was tailor-made for me to succeed. But you got to get it on your own first for then to get that luxury. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the coach doing this. If the coach played LiAngelo, he would average 30 minutes a game. But you got to show something first for him to give you the chance to get 30 minutes a game. Do you know what I'm saying? So That's how I feel with all of it. If LiAngelo can't hold his own on his own 2 feet without his brothers, then he probably doesn't belong in the NBA to begin with. If he can't get on his own, it's easy to say, "Oh, if he played with his 2 brothers, he'd be able to succeed." I'm sure if I played with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and you know what I'm saying, like I'd be in a better position to succeed than if you just threw me out there on my own.
No, you wouldn't, boy. We could put you with anybody in the NBA. You're not doing a damn thing, DK.
Okay, I'm not doing a damn thing, but I'd be a hell of a lot better with Anthony Davis and LeBron than PJ Tucker and Bennett. You know what I'm saying? I'd look a whole lot better with LeBron and AD.
So
I would so hypothetically I would DKM. Hold on, fam. So I hypothetically I'm with DKM. But I'm with all facts because if you ever see DKM try to hoop, oh my God, this is the fucking worst thing you've ever seen.
Oh, yo.
My man got the hoop in his mirror.
But listen, let's say about right, bro.
Go ahead, DKM.
No. Listen, right. If I'm playing 1 minute per game on the Pistons, if I'm playing 1 minute a game on the Pistons, and I'm playing 1 minute a game on the Lakers, I'm not going to impact the outcome of the game. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm with the Lakers, I might end up with a championship ring. I'm a champion just because of the.
I get it. Hypothetically, if you're an NBA player, we talking about you though. That's why Ball Facts was laughing at you.
hey, yo, I said this earlier on FIF, man. Because I asked a question to him. I was like, bro, which one of the Ball brothers you think? If all of them like completely in the NBA, they sign a contract, which one do you think get a ring first? And he said the same thing I said because I think LiAngelo probably be the one to get a ring first because he probably gonna be put on the team, a good team that's already doing something.
Get married.
No,
It's the first time that
you probably get married,
right?
Yeah,
the first Holiday brother to get a ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The little brother that didn't play no minutes. That's the one with the ring right now.
No, that's because LiAngelo's a
Detroit and Charlotte and New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like they may have to pack their bags and go elsewhere if we're talking about one of them getting a ring. Maybe Gelo can get a ring in the G League if that's what we're talking about. G League ring. Detroit.
I'm talking about him being on a good team. I'm talking about Gelo being on a good team, probably on the bench somewhere, just like the Kumpo brother. I can't never say the names right, just like him. Like he was like, he was like the fourth dude on the bench, and now he got a ring. So that's what I was like. Shoot, he might get on the team. He might look good in the Bucks. Might need somebody down there. But I think if he do make the NBA, man, and he do make a team, I think that he will be a good guy for sure coming out the bench, man. And it's straight up, it's ready as a spot up shooter. Like, dude can do that, man.
If Lonzo can leave the Pels today, he would. They don't even view him long term. You don't know that. Van Gundy seems to be behind him. It seems like with trading Drew Holiday that they're going to focus a lot more on Lonzo. So I don't necessarily agree with the fact. I mean, there was that one report from Jay Williams that said the Pelicans might look to trade Lonzo. I don't see why you trade Lonzo after trading Drew Holiday. I think Zion vouches for Lonzo.
Yeah. When Drew Holiday left, I was like, Zoe is staying.
Yeah, when I seen it, I knew he was staying.
Bledsoe, though, bro. Eric Bledsoe, point guard.
Yeah, but you don't trade Drew Holiday for Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe's a point guard too, though. So it's like you.
Yeah, but he ain't your long-term solution, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like you don't. That's a downgrade on Drew Holiday. You take on Eric Bledsoe because you're like, okay, he can complement because we've got another guy in Lonzo and potentially Kyra Lewis, who I think is very good as well, who might actually, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of De'Aaron Fox and Kyra Lewis. I think he could potentially, if he's as good as I think he could be, like he could end up taking that starting point guard spot if Lonzo doesn't get his finger at his backside and start performing. If we see Bubble Lonzo, he ain't got long in New Orleans. If we see Bubble Lonzo.
I think New Orleans is really working with Lonzo. I think that's why they gave away Drew Holiday. I think that they see him having a better chemistry with they big down payment they just put on with Zion Williams. So I think that's why they probably trying to build him and give him confidence that you're our starting point guard now. Show us what you can do. You have no competition.
Ingram and Zion, you know what I'm saying? They're both like 23, 20 years old. They've just locked up Brandon Ingram long term. Josh Hart's a role player who wants to be there as well. All these guys, they're long term guys, vouch for Lonzo, and I think that matters. Brandon Ingram wants Lonzo. He has played with Lonzo his entire life, like damn near since coming into the NBA. Zion loves playing with Lonzo. So those are your two guys long term. They want Lonzo to be the starting point guard. I think that matters.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, I agree with that 100%.
Both of those guys are like, we want to play with this guy.
So
I don't even know how much Brandon Ingram fits Lonzo. He likes Lonzo, but their games don't exactly complement each other. Ingram likes backing it up and taking it ISO. He likes slow it down, back it up, and then just take you off the dribble slowly.
Sounds like Gelo.
Man, do not say that. Gelo was the first one down the court. Don't even need to dribble, putting it straight up. Gelo ain't wasting no time backing it up and dribbling. Stop trolling.
He came with that quick, man.
Zopil's done the rebound. He ain't looking for no Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying? He put that thing up to Zion.
You got to bring the beef back.
I watched Gelo in the JBA, and it's like them ain't fans down the court. And then he's standing behind the 3-point line on the left or the right hand side. It's like he don't run to go straight up to the hoop. He goes straight out. So if he can go straight out and he can make those shots, man, like man, that'll be crazy right there.
I mean, think about it. Steve Novak, Kyle Korver, Seth Curry. These are guys that can run around screens, take shots. Gelo can do that. Plus, he can defend. He's big. He's strong. And so he has a career, definitely. If he can take advantage of the moments when they put him in for 2 minutes. Like I did a video on Seth Curry, and I show him averaging 1 point on 2 minutes, stuff like that. If when he gets in, if like DKM said, if he can make the 1-3 that they allow him to take, you know what I'm saying? Out of the 4 games they put him in, if he can 3 of those games make that 3, he's gonna have a shot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
You threw some of the best shooters of this generation's names out there. We don't know if Gelo can shoot.
You gotta understand what a specialist looks like, buddy. Yeah.
No. What I was quickly wanted to say was, again, we don't
just like shoot, man. Players play, shoot, bro. Yeah, he's a shooter for sure. The sniper.
Yeah. He's a shooter, right? But there's one thing being a shooter.
Shoot.
There's one thing being a shooter, but then there's also being a historically all-time great NBA shooter, which is what we're comparing him to. You know what I'm saying? These guys, Steve Novak and whatever, yeah, like he's a shooter, don't get me wrong, but if he's a 38% shooter instead of a like 42% three-point shooter, you know what I'm saying? That's a big difference. Like we don't know if he can shoot. Like we know he's an NBA level shooter. We don't know if he's a great NBA level
all-time great shooter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Hoops, your voice a little off. You know what I'm saying, for your screen.
Bro, seems like it's not
I'm not meaning to interrupt you, but your thing's a bit delayed, so you start speaking.
He glitching bad, and he running the street. He should be the most pristine person.
Oh yeah. All right, so go ahead and talk. I'm trying to get a mic.
All right. So if I I'm the Gelo Ball of
yeah, DKM, you're right. We got to see what really type of shooter he is. You know, you got the Chino Hill shooting, you got the JBA shooting, you got the LKL shooting. What is his NBA shooting going to be like?
Remains to be seen. I wish all the best, though.
Yeah, because he's never faced an NBA defense. So I'm go ahead, D.
No, it was just a little side comment. I said that could take some time to adjust to continue.
I'm gonna see if who back on.
Continue,
but I will say this: I don't think Gelo is gonna be like Lonzo, timid. I think if he get the ball, he gonna shoot because that's all he knows how to do. That's all he trained how to do. You know, he ain't gonna think, should I pass it, this or that. I think he just gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think he just gonna shoot. Hey, Hoop, you still delayed like really, really bad, man.
Yeah, that StreamYard's done bad right now.
How are we all good and he bad, but he running it?
Yeah. What about now? You hear me?
This sound like one of them Chinese movies, you know, when they talking but they mouth off.
Hey, listen, I hate to hop off the wave when the stream's down bad, but I got to dip out, my guys. DJ's going on in a bit, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. We've done a lot of live stream today. Today's been a big for the family, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guys, shout out Ballfat, shout out Hoop Jargon, shout out on Fahara Vision, my guy. And yeah, on that note, it's DKM signing out. Till next time, and peace.
Hey man, so Gelo Ball, man, he has a good season, right? He has a good season this year, right? And he has a good season off the bench. You know what I'm saying, with the Detroit Pistons, like, and it's a 1-year contract. Do you see the Detroit Pistons actually re-signing, or do you see them getting some money for trading him and getting some for somebody else?
I think it depends on what effect he has. Like if they can look on paper, look at stats and say, oh my God, we ain't never had numbers like this in the last 3 years. You know, we ain't had numbers like this. The last time we had these numbers when Blake Griffin first came here. And they like, you know, we got to get his kid a shot. It's money. Jersey sale.
Agreed.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you better. A lot better.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. No, man, I just think, man, I said this yesterday on DJ's Raw and Cut stream. I was like, man, this is the time to stream, you know, to strike hot. Just like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Alex Antetokounmpo. Like, once Giannis set the groundwork, well, actually, if you look, Giannis and Giannis got drafted in the same draft. Giannis was in like late second round. I think the Knicks drafted him. So but then you saw he was out the NBA and he got back, played for the Bucks this year. Didn't really get no minutes, but this is the time to strike hot. You feel me? So I think like LiAngelo Ball, like this is a perfect storm with his brothers, you know, being top 5, you know, top 5, top 3 draft picks, and this is the time for him to like step in. Whereas a guy who can actually play, but you got the ball association, man. So yeah, man, he's gonna bring attention. He's gonna bring fan interest. He's gonna bring all that. And I always harken it back, man, to LeVar. Man, LeVar created that platform where his kids have that resignation. Like, because Drew Holiday's father got 3 kids in the NBA, but you don't know who he is. He didn't do that. As far as like being a PT Barnum, making that interest, and I give LeVar all the credit in the world. Like he made it relevant for you to know who his kids are, and they all the NBA talented kids, man. And so I give him all the credit in the world, man.
Yeah, I mean, he did a beautiful job. I mean, and like I saw this one interview, he was talking about Tina. He was saying when Melo was in the kindergarten, I think kindergarten first grade, and he was playing the game. He was like, Tina was the one. He's like, somebody pushed Melo real hard and knocked him down. He was like, Tina was the one, like, get your suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, so having that kind of team, and then they're still together to this day, and they still work with them boys, and that family's been through a lot, man. And basketball is what brings them together. So I love the fact that all 3 of them in the NBA. When I'm just sitting back and I'm like really just like putting it all in. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like like people like me, like, it's not the fact that if Gelo lasts in the NBA and not have to go back to the G League or something like that. The fact that it happened, that's what I'm stoked about. You know what I'm saying? The fact that something like that actually happened. Like, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak of what's gonna happen after the preseason. If he gonna play, he gonna go to the G League or get traded. I can't speak on it. Like, I'm speaking on it now. Like, I'm dancing in this glory right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody just take something I say a little too out the way, man, give me my time. Give me my time.
Facts. I think that if Gelo would have did summer league,
what you think, Bob?
what
you think?
Oh, go ahead.
He said, "Go, Bob."
Oh, I was gonna say, if
Nah, it's you, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. If Gelo was going to the summer league, see, he would have had a chance to actually showcase his talent and then get more minutes. But since he didn't have the summer league to display anything, now it's like he's got to wait longer, play a longer waiting game.
Yeah, that's true, man. Because the thing is, a lot of cats they got signed. I mean, they got picked up at the end of the draft. Like some of them go to the summer league and do really good, and they got. It's like they got their shine to sit up in front of all of these execs in front of a camera and they to be able to display their talents coming straight from college. But he didn't have that. But that's the other unique thing about him. By him not having it, him going to the G League and not playing the game, but making it to the G League, him making it to NBA and not playing a summer league game and actually making it on a team, that's not an easy thing to do. Like, he had to work for that. Even if he had people saying, yo, I'm connected, y'all just come look at him. Even if it was that, some had to happen for him to actually make it to that team, man. So I give that to him because he had to work on it. Like LeVar, like the reason why the family out there and they out there so big, yes, LeVar all day. But I give credit to him for going out there and doing their work. And it's not easy to make the G League team. It's not easy to make the one day roster team on the NBA team. So I'm excited about it, man.
For sure. Hey, Hoop Jargon, thanks for having me on here, bro. I'm about to sign off, about to go to bed.
I think all of us about to get that in.
Absolutely.
Hey, Hoop, you off again. You off like a mud.
All right, man. Much love. Thanks, Hoop Jargon. I'll check y'all later. Ball facts. Peace.
Peace facts. Hey, Hoop, you off like a mud, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if your junk gonna let you even say something toward the end.
Absolutely.